It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Rams and the 49ers, and it's coming up next.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got a coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Purdy from the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Purdy. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Rams is Tutu Atwell. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Give him the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Stafford. He finds Robinson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nakua there to make the grab. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And a 3 and out on that 1st drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now 3rd down and 7. Shotgun now with Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw, Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Williams, running right. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 31. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Rams 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. A throw over the middle taken in. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And a Rams first down.
Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
At the 21-yard line.
2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The drive starts with a completion left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Rams take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the 1st half. There's a lot of time.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Stafford looks to throw again. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Now Stafford. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. Quickly fading here in the second quarter. Not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Throwing here, Purdy. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Purdy now to throw. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. Down the left sideline. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando, we now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Here comes the Rams punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
There he goes, left side. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, they're doing all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Purdy bootlegging it, sliding out of the pocket. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, check that.
Again, McCaffrey. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
4th down try. Here's Purdy. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Purdy will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 22!
Stafford. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good
reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've gotten right back in this ballgame after a very sluggish first half. Back when you played, after a bad half in the locker room, is it usually the coaches or sometimes the players who are the most vocal?
It's usually the coaches, but I do remember one time in particular where the coaches started to talk about what they wanted us to do in the second half, and a couple of leaders stepped forward and said, "Coach, we've got this," and pretty much ushered them out, and they delivered the halftime message. It worked, too. We played much better in the second half and came back and won.
Well, whoever said something at halftime, it's working right now. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the...
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. L.A. readies for its next possession. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Here's Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
An extra point try now for Moody.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Now Stafford. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
This is a perfect example of what separates the elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on the football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Stafford now to throw. That'll be caught. It's caught. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal on first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
Old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
On second down, here's Stafford. And he's got it. That's caught for a Ram touchdown.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Now the try here for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
They'll come up now. This is second and long.
Brings up second down at the 35-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. Throwing, Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's first and 10 now.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Purdy to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Purdy to throw.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this one is right through. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.